very cute, but it is tiny. And nowadays, we do like our large SUVs. A very basic design, yet it works so well. But this sweet little candy certainly isn't cheap. Yet people are still buying these cars. So what is the deal?
1, 2, 3.
Alrighty, time to launch this thing. Let's flick you to go-kart mode, where traction is supposed to be switched off. Very good. Now automatic start and stop button should be deactivated. Foot on the brake, foot on the throttle. Let's warm you up, and off we go. Lost a bit of traction there. Guy is squeaking, but I like it. So the declared 0 to 100 is 6.6 seconds, and I am 5.85. Nice work. My timing was simply impeccable. The top speed is 242 kilometers an hour. I love launching those little cars. Big cars, little cars, anything goes actually.
Live, sitting on the front porch, sipping on the rocks, citrus in our beverages. Citrus in our beverages, show only the good sides, always pretty smiles.
There is a back seat, in case you wondered. It is a Mini, so the space here is mini. However, I have adjusted this front seat for my height. I still have some knee room, some headroom. Middle seat does not exist. If you're slim, it gets a little bit easier. If you're not, well, it gets a little bit tougher. In terms of boot space, we've got a whopping 210 liters of space. But after all, this is a Mini Cooper.
Hey, would you rather stay right here?
I like the cabin, do you? I think it suits the character of this car perfectly. So with the new Mini, we've got 3 different trims: classic, exclusive, and sport. This is the cheapest, classic, and it is pretty stripped down, meaning we don't have too many extras. And it's good to see what you actually get at the base price level. And it ain't too shabby. The quality of the materials, the build quality is pretty good. There's a little bit of plastic fantastic, but nothing brutal or nasty to report about. Actually, most of the materials here have been recycled. So you've got this woven cotton-like fabric. Looks and feels like a sweater, but it works. Nice thick steering wheel, I like it. You've got this woven strap. Now, because the windscreen here is too curved, we can't have a traditional head-up display. So instead, we've got this plastic plate. I used to dislike it, but I was testing similar car in the winter. In the summer, I started to appreciate it because when you're wearing polarized sunglasses, you can actually see clearly. So that's that. In terms of storage and practicality, well, it is a mini car, so don't expect miracles. The door bins are thick enough to fit a slice of bread, right? Small shelf down here, but regular sized cup holders, very good. Wireless mobile charging, you've got this little Ultra, and in addition, you also have a strap. So seatbelt for your mobile. 12-volt socket, 2 USB-C ports. Now, I do believe this is a small pocket. I can't seem to be opening it. It could be that I'm complete and utter moron. Let's move on, shall we? Down here, you've got your petite gear lever, turn on the engine, experiences knob, which is just a fancy name for driving mode. So you can just flick to different modes and it gives you experience. A bit of sound and all of that. Traditional knob for volume control, very good. Shortcut buttons for your driving modes, your cameras. Let's have a look at that. These are very, very good. I mean, brilliant cameras, absolutely brilliant. Okay, very good. Circular screen. Now, in terms of the infotainment system, it's all right. There's a little bit of a lag when you're using it. And it's not the most intuitive infotainment system. It's just a question of whether you like it or not. I do definitely prefer the iDrive in BMW. This is a little bit of a faff. What I do is just plug in Apple CarPlay, and it just resolves any worries I might potentially have. Nice work, Mini. Nice work. The ride is relatively comfy, but it is not peachy or soft like baby food. It was never meant to be. Good driving position, you're sitting low, and you get that go-kart feel, which is why the suspension has got to be on the firmer side. You are immersed in driving, and this is exactly what I think Mini experience should feel like. When you pick up some speed on the motorway, however, and the surface is uneven, it does get a little bit bumpy. The suspension fidgets and jumps around, but settles down as soon as you drop the speed, which makes complete sense. This is not some sort of a grand tourer, long distance fighter. No, this is a city short distance commuter. Under the bonnet, I've got a 2-liter turbocharged petrol engine, which produces just over 200 horses and 300 Newton meters of torque. This setup gives you freedom and flexibility. However, if you're just driving around town, the electric version of this car might be a pretty good option, but it is more expensive. So whilst the petrol starts from just £23,000 in the UK, the electric is £30,000. And I would only recommend it if you've got a charger at home and or work. Otherwise, don't go there. Now, the Mini being rather mini means it is dead easy to get around town. Narrow streets, small car parks, just about anywhere. The turning circle is excellent. Good overall visibility, brilliant cameras. The steering is not too light. You get a good feel and response from it. Let's do a U-turn. I'll show you how effortless it is. It's so nifty and so nimble. In terms of fuel economy, on a long distance journey, you're looking at about 6 liters. Combination of roads, 7 to 8 liters, which is very, very reasonable. 7-speed automatic gearbox, it just gets on with it. The gear changes quick and smooth, thanks BMW. The throttle, when you put your foot down, it feels responsive and alive. On a twisty road, it stays nice and flat around the corners. You've got a good grip, and when you flick it to go-kart mode, everything stiffens, the steering is sharp, and it becomes actually really good fun. It's so tiny and mighty.
It's time I'm letting you go. This time I know it for sure.
I gotta be honest, I was never a fan of Mini. I thought tiny, useless, overpriced cars. But then I actually started to drive these cars, and everything started to change. Yes, they are small. Yes, they are expensive, but there's just something about it. Sooner rather than later, you'll start to wonder, why on earth would I want to be driving a boring, numb SUV that makes me feel like an old fart? You can spec this car to make it truly yours. This one is very feminine, very girly. I love it. Boys will probably go for grey or black, which looks very, very cool. It is fun, it is quirky, and it makes you feel young and alive. What's there not to like? Yeah, I love it. There you go. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you a wonderful day, whatever that you're up to. Bye.